do to me?
You a fuck nigga, stay
Southside, then ready.
I don't care what they say about, don't care.
Where's my damn lighter?
Hey, yo, what's good, you guys? It's Boomer, and you're watching Bali Star, man. Today, we're just getting into Cardi B is in trouble, you feel me, by Blackie Speaks, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We all saw the video, you know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure by now, if you're watching this video, you've seen the video of Cardi B saying that she wanted water splashed on her. So girl splashes on her. She said, hey, you splashed water on me. After I told you to splash water on me, I'm gonna hit you with this. It hits, you know what I'm saying? She aimed for the chick. Oh, by the way, asterisk, the girl, they're now saying the girl was saying after she threw water, at first I didn't think it was water. I thought it was like, you know what I'm saying, vodka or something. You know, I thought it was tequila or something. You feel me? I thought it was like some type of drink. You feel me? But I guess it's water. She said sorry after throwing the water. So that's just an asterisk on that part. She throws a microphone at her. It gets the chick. Not only that, it ricochets and gets another chick. Can you say cha-ching? Can you say that? We said, I'm pretty sure she dove in there like, oh, nah, I'm playing. It's like, ain't nobody would have seen that reaction that fast. But, yo, she was lucky enough to hit the lotto that day. She said, what the boom? Who threw that, Cardi B? Yes! But, let's see what Blackie Speaks says. You feel me? So make sure to leave that like, just below the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new, so that we can join up with the all-star gang up in this thing. Let's get straight on into it, man. Let's go.
Now, Cardi B is in big trouble. Gotta talk about this one. Now, I want to talk a little bit about this recent Cardi B story that's been hitting the headlines pretty hard. Honestly, I didn't think this particular story would be that big when I initially saw what happened, but it's gone beyond viral at this point, so you already know I gotta talk about it, right? Now, what exactly happened? Well, let me give you the scoop, like I always do. So the other day, Cardi B was performing at a venue in Las Vegas. The performance was going like expected until something happened. Somebody in the crowd decided to throw water at Cardi B as she was up on stage performing. It was a cup full of water with some ice, and this person decided to, boom, chuck that H2O right at Cardi B's face. Now, what happened after she threw the water at her? Well, you take a look yourself. And if you're not looking at the screen, I'll describe it for you. I got you. So as you can see, Cardi B decided to retaliate. Let's go through exactly what happened. So, what precisely happened is a lady in the crowd decided to throw water at Cardi B. It looks like the water hit her face. A second after that is when Cardi B saw red and decided to grip the microphone with all of her strength, you know, and she's really trying to towards the crowd. Get the bag now. She fell down. Its intended target. Or did it? The short answer is, and this is something most media outlets who reported on the story completely missed. It actually didn't directly hit the person who threw the water at her. We're going to dissect that in a second because there's a couple of different angles to that. First of all, this clip ended up going viral on social media, and what was the response? Well, a lot of people were cheering her on. And I'll be honest with you, when I initially saw this, I thought to myself, hey, the person in the crowd threw something at her, and she just gave that energy right back to them. Because I'm obviously not a fan of anyone throwing things at anybody, let alone an artist who's paid to perform at a venue. They're there to work, and they're there to do their job. And here comes this person who bought a ticket, mind you, and they're out here throwing stuff. I mean, that's crazy. You shouldn't do that. But that was a response from the public. People were clapping for Cardi B because she did the right thing. Well, that's what they said, right? So the other side to the story is, first of all, the initial video that went viral where Cardi B can be seen retaliating against this person was from an angle that didn't tell us exactly what really happened. meaning it looks like she hit the right person, but she actually didn't. So she threw the microphone and it bounced off another person. If you're looking at the screen, as you can see, the person who threw the water is visibly to the right, and as she's holding the double cup water cup, whatever it is, she's leaning to the left, and then she throws the water, and then after that, as the anger-infused projectile that was fired off by Cardi B is approaching, she's visibly standing to the right and is leaning into
the trajectory, you know what I'm saying, drawing lines of where it went
towards the left to throw the water. Now the microphone that Cardi B throws does hit her, but the majority of the force ended up being applied to the innocent victim to the left. It's only the top part of the microphone that actually hits the perpetrator, but the majority of the force went towards the poor woman to the left, who again had nothing to do with this. You can even hear an audible boom in the video, which is the sound of the mic hitting her. That sound was so loud, man, and shit. If it was me that got hit, man, I'll be breakdancing all the way to the court. Again, I'm just so baffled by how many outlets that reported on this breakdancing all the way to the court. Again, I'm just so baffled by how many outlets that reported on this failed to bring this up. I don't know if it's sheer ignorance or just sloppiness, but regardless of that, Cardi B got water to bring this up. I don't know if it's sheer ignorance or just sloppiness, but regardless of that, Cardi B got water thrown at her. She lost her cool and violently threw the microphone at the audience. Now, there's another important piece of info about this. Sometime during the show, Cardi B actually encouraged the audience to throw water at her.
Give us some water, splash it down. Woo, that shit feel good. Put that shit in my pussy, bitch. Come on.
Some people have said, mainly her fans, she said that after the incident, which there's no proof of. It only makes sense that she said it before and then somebody took it upon themselves to do it. Now that still doesn't make it right, because she didn't say throw water at my face. She did, however, say put that shit in my pussy. I don't know why she would encourage people to throw water at her knowing what that could lead to.
So the girl kind of threw it too hard.
Encouraging people to throw anything on stage, that's usually not going to have a favorable outcome. And so when it does happen and somebody does it, throwing a microphone at the crowd in the first place isn't the appropriate response. Why? Because you could hit the wrong person like she did in this case. So in the end, what does she accomplish aside from injuring an innocent person? Second of all, if you're a professional recording artist, you shouldn't have to handle your dirt like this. That's why there's this thing called security. They're supposed to be the ones who take care of this without you having to put everyone who's in the vicinity of this person in grave danger, because that's exactly what she did here. I don't think all the people encouraging this behavior actually even have an ounce of understanding for how heavy just your average microphone is. Like, the average microphone can be used as a weapon to seriously cause harm to another person. You can use it to just bash it on someone's head if that's what you wanted to. Don't do that, but you get what I'm saying, right? You could do that. That's how powerful it is. If you throw a microphone at someone in full force and it, let's say, hits the wrong part of their skull, like their frontal lobe, that could actually cause a bleeding, which in return can lead to a rupture, and that could actually be deadly. So people are not thinking multiple or let alone one step ahead. All they see is Cardi B being on demon time because someone decided to chuck water her way, and then they salute her, not understanding the gravity of her actions. Two wrongs don't make a right. Have people never ever heard that saying? And it's so sad how people, and especially grown adults, are being in support of a violent act that could cause serious bodily harm to another person because that person was dumb enough to chuck water at Cardi B. And the person who threw the water is obviously a dumb ass, because even if she at one point encouraged it, that doesn't give them the right to throw it at Cardi B in the middle of the performance. So she is wrong for that, even though Cardi B did encourage it at one point. But then again, like I said, two wrongs do not make a right. Or should I say, someone throwing water at you doesn't justify you throwing a microphone at them with full force, because that's a dangerous and violent act that did in fact injure an innocent person who had nothing to do with the situation. So everybody who was standing there had their safety jeopardized because Cardi B decided to throw it. Now in the same 24 hours of this happening, Cardi B actually did the same thing. I believe it was the night before, but this time she threw the microphone at a DJ. Cardi B! She threw the microphone at a DJ? Now sure what he did to deserve that. Maybe he decided to play a little bit of Nicki Minaj or something. I don't know. Or maybe she got flashbacks to when she threw that shoe at Nicki Minaj and thought that the DJ had turned into Nicki, so maybe she thought, hey, I'm going to get my motherfucking payback. I don't know, right? On the real though, what she said is that the DJ was apparently messing up the set as she was performing, and so Cardi B threw that microphone at him. I have no clue why Cardi B is taking all these things in her own hands. She's a professional recording artist who should know how to behave in a professional manner when she's in the public eye. She has a lot to lose, so acting out like this on both of these situations is not the right thing to do. Now, as far as the first pitch, if you will, it's actually being reported that Cardi...
She looks like right there like a kid with her parents behind her. They're trying to apologize to his teacher.
Do. Now, as far as the first pitch,
two proud parents behind
it's actually being reported that Cardi B might face battery charges for actions. The woman who was struck by the microphone ended up going straight to the Las Vegas Police Department the next day, and she reported the incident to the cops. I don't know if charges are actually going to be filed, but this woman might actually have a case. I mean, she was an innocent bystander who got hit by an object that Cardi B herself threw. If she does file charges, it would be very bad for Cardi B because this is not the first time she's faced litigation for assault charges. Back in 2018, during a strip club visit in Queens, Cardi B and her entourage got caught up in a situation where they allegedly ended up throwing objects, including chairs and champagne bottles, at two female bartenders working at that establishment after some kind of conflict went down. The original charges in this case included 12 different charges. 2 of them were felonies. Cardi B, at the end of this case, actually ended up pleading guilty to third-degree assault and second-degree reckless endangerment. So she does have priors, which would make it very bad for her if this lady is motivated enough to pursue this. I think she could win considering the fact that she was hit. Whether or not she pursues it, I guess time will tell. Now, this Cardi B story has actually started a lot of conversations about what's going on at concerts these days in relation to people throwing stuff at performers. This is not the first story that's came to the surface this year. I've heard so many stories regarding stuff getting thrown on stage and that leading to as far as injuring the artist who's either performing or just got done performing. Recently, Harry Styles was hit in the eye while he was performing in Vienna, which is in Austria. That's in Central Europe. But someone decided to throw an object and it hit him right in the eye. He was seen walking with his head down trying to regroup after that.
Drake's
and then there was
stage,
the story that went viral back in June involving pop artist BB Rexa, who got a phone thrown at her while she was performing.
Damn,
so somebody in the crowd thought it was a good idea to literally throw a damn phone on stage. It hit her in the face and she got rushed to the hospital and had to get stitches. There's also another really old story from 2004. So this is something that's been happening. But it involves the late David Bowie, who was performing at a festival in Oslo. That's in Norway, which is located in the Scandinavian peninsula. But he was performing at a Norwegian music festival in June 2004, and somebody decided to throw a damn lollipop at him, which ended up landing right in his left eye. The crazy thing about that is David Bowie was already known for having an impaired left eye, which was caused by a fight he had as a teenager. So this is something that's been happening. Why people go out of their way to harass these artists like that, I don't know. Maybe they just want the artist to retaliate so they can then sue them and get a little bit of pesos. Any artist who's smart will of course keep their cool, because at the end of the day, you're not in the same position as the person who's throwing stuff at you. They're paying money to see you perform, and if they throw something at you, which is obviously wrong, you firing back is of course a quick way to get dragged to court. Just in general though, people are becoming very belligerent at concerts. That's something I've noticed. And specifically in rap, it's not just belligerent behavior, it's violent and dangerous, period. I mean, how many shootings haven't we heard go down at rap concerts? That's why there's certain rappers who I would never ever see live. Like I would never in my right mind, even though I like his music, go to a Quando Rondo concert because he puts out a certain type of energy that could warrant some shots popping off. Actually, now that I say that, I remember how he did his first show after King Von's death, and there were like 50 people who showed up. Obviously, because no one wants to go to a concert that they fear getting shot up. But I digress. I think it might have to do with lack of respect for people in general. I don't think it's necessarily that the anger is being directed towards the artist because of who they are, as much as it is a single individual who's deciding to take it upon themselves to do this for whatever reason. It could be because they're looking for some money, right? Or it could be because they're just, I don't know, clout chasing. I really don't know what it is. Lack of morals in society in general these days is just, you know, it's a trend now, what can I say? That aside, Cardi B is in trouble, and I think this one is justified because she did end up injuring the wrong person, who now it looks like
I call it karma.
Charges. Anyway, drop.
You asked to be throwing water on. You should expect someone, like, you know, it to possibly hit places with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, always expect the unexpected. If you're gonna ask for something, it's almost like, you know, when people, I guess in some movies, when you get like 3 wishes or something like that from a genie or a freaking pixie, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, but anyway, you know, so you get like 3 wishes, and like it always turns out to be some like odd type shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like you wish for this, and it's this like extended, like, you know, to a point. It's like, yo, what the fuck? I never thought this would happen type shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you wish for something like that, expect it to go that way, possibly a little too much that way. You know what I'm saying? And like that's why you gotta be specific what you wish for. And what you wish for too. You gotta be specific about that. You feel me? Because like you wish for something like freaking generic as fuck, and it's like, oh no, I didn't make that. Too bad you already made the wish. You feel me? So it's like she asked she asked for people to splash water on her. That's pretty generic. You asked to have, you know what I'm saying, water thrown on you. It was like, oh yeah, throw that water, like. Especially when you go enhance by say, oh yeah, throw it in my, you know what I'm saying, in my pee power, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, this person gonna think, shit, if I throw some like, like I'll probably, hit the same spot. Threw a little bit too hard, you know what I'm saying? That happened, you know what I'm saying? And now a person's day has just been made. You feel me? You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? And like, and that is the part that was over the top. You feel me? Like, she didn't expect to be, have water thrown on her face. She didn't expect that. And, just like a natural reaction. And yeah. But y'all let me know your thoughts about, oh shit. Alright, you guys, so that was Blackie Speaks with Cardi B is in trouble, man. I just said everything I just said, bro, but y'all let me know your thoughts about down in the comment section down below. You already know it's Boomer, and you're watching Bali Star. You feel me? So make sure to leave a like, support the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you're new, so that we can join up with the all-star gang up in this thing. Hey man, brand new album, The Cursed Blessing Deluxe. You feel me? It's the latest album I got now, man. It's from oldie, but it's got some newies in it, you know what I'm saying? So make sure you go peep it, bro. Honestly, you haven't even heard it before, man. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro, check it.
I don't know what to do. I just want you to come to me.